This is about how to use and the benefits of using a metronome. Some people really don't like listening to a click, click, click track when they're trying to play and they're trying to practice. But I got to tell you that I've used a metronome for years and it really is, I've found it extremely beneficial, as well as a lot of other people that I've talked to that use metronomes. For example, my wife, she plays classical piano. She's been using it for years, and we both have the same uh, method of practicing, especially when we're working on something that is pretty tough, maybe a particular passage. So the way to really, I think, master any passage is to do it very, very slowly. You probably already know that. But to do it very slowly in a disciplined manner really takes the use of a metronome for a couple of reasons. One, you can always keep track of how slow you do it and how you're playing nice and cleanly, and then move your progress up each day. That is one of the benefits of using a metronome. I would suggest getting yourself a digital metronome as opposed to the old analog ones. And the reason being is with the digital one, now this is just one I use on my phone. You can get them, there's plenty of them. Uh, a digital one will enable you to move up in increments of one. Usually the analog ones will have increments of maybe four or more. And that slight increment, that difference can make a huge difference when you're practicing. When I'm using a metronome, I have it set at 60 beats a minute, and I usually have that set for a quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can think eighth notes when you're doing that, or even triplets when you're doing that. But right now I'm having it set at 60, and I'll take a particular passage. Now this passage I've put into a tune called, oh thank you very much, a newsflash from CNN. That can be a bit of a pain in the neck when you're using a digital one on your phone. At any rate, any type of a passage, especially this one, when it has to be played really fast, it's not something that just comes automatically, and it's something that I've used a metronome for. So the key is to start at a beat that's slow enough to ensure that you're getting every one of those notes. So if I'm playing those notes as eighth notes, it's set at quarter notes, so I'm playing these as eighth notes. And I can do that nice and cleanly at the speed 60. What you're going to do is you're going to increase the speed very slightly until you realize you can't play it at that speed. And that's when you're going to back the metronome back down until a speed where you can play it cleanly. This is the important thing. You need to be able to play that passage cleanly at whatever speed it is. Don't let your head say, oh, I should be able to play it faster. You will be able to play it faster, but at the speed that you play it cleanly. At this point, you can write that speed down, and play that passage over and over and over again a bunch of times until you pretty much, you can have it. The next day, and this is what's great about the metronome, you bring it up just one more beat, and then you do that same passage at that speed. You probably won't even notice the difference, and that's good. Each day you keep bringing that up. 1, 1, 1, 1. And I guarantee you do that after a while, and that one passage is just going to be fine. The other thing about a metronome is this. Once you have that locked in at a good speed, take the measure before the song, before that passage, and then the measure after the passage, and put all three measures together and practice those three measures together as one unit. That's important because it's almost as if you're smoothing over a bump in the road, but you want to make sure that that part of the road is just as even with the other parts before and after it. So do that whole thing again with the process of slowing down the metronome and building it up with those three portions of the song. And I guarantee you, you will be playing extremely cleanly. Just put up with the little click clack.